Hey guys, welcome back. This is my second attempt at making this video. You'll notice I did not give an intro today because the subject matter is not a laughing matter, it's not a joke, it's pretty serious. It involves what's known as COPPA, otherwise known as the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, and YouTube. Long story short, COPPA, or COPPA, was introduced in 1998 and came into effect in April 2000. It is a law that prevents websites from gathering cookies or online information about minors or children, that is anybody under the age of 13 without their parents' consent. The intent here is to protect children from online predators, which is of course a very, very noble cause. This agreement was renewed in 2013, and several social media platforms were found in violation of this rule, including YouTube. Back in September, they were hit with the largest fine in, I think, FTC history, at least for a social media platform. It was a whopping $170 million fine that YouTube was fined with, since they were in violation of the law. This is a federal law regulated by the Federal Trade Commission, or the FTC. Now, what YouTube has been telling us creators is that in order to stay in compliance with this law, creators have to mark their videos as either kid-friendly or not kid-friendly. Those are the only two options. And there is some baggage that comes with these selections. If you select not kid-friendly, the FTC does have permission to comb through videos, and if they think you are in violation of this, if they think you're making a video with adult content that is actually targeted at small children, you'll get slapped with a huge fine up to $42,000 per video, somewhere in that ballpark. Or if your video is mislabeled, you could get fined with that. This has left a lot of YouTubers in a quandary. They don't know how to label their content. Some people are going one extreme route and saying their content is mature, it's for kids, rah rah rah, darn those kids, ruining everything. And going the opposite direction and putting a bunch of swearing and more adult content, so their videos can't possibly be construed as for children. On the opposite end is those family-friendly YouTubers who have never identified themselves as a children's channel, but are now clicking, yes, this channel is for kids, because they feel they do not have another choice. The problem that comes with identifying your channel as for kids or video as for kids, you lose about 80 to 90% of the revenue through the ads that get put up. Not only that, but you lose basically any interactions with your community, including end screens, community board, you can't live stream anymore, and comments and likes, I just recently found this out, are all disabled once you click that on the video. And plus, your videos not get put up, so if you do that, you lose more than just money. You lose your community and you lose all your visibility. It's kind of like saying, okay, I don't care about YouTube anymore, I don't care about, it's sort of like rolling over with your legs in the air, belly up. It's basically a surrender maneuver. And what I did not know until this morning, I have been trying to monitor this, trying to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to do. Whether I mark it, is it for kids, is it not for kids? There's no middle ground for family-friendly creators as far as YouTube is concerned. What I did not know, what a lawyer was talking about this morning, back in 2015, the FTC did recognize an exemption or some sort of an exception for family-friendly content, also known as general audiences. It can appeal to adults and it can appeal to children. From what I understand, these are actually exempt. These people cannot be sued by the FTC, at least for videos they put up on YouTube that are, family friendly. They can appeal to a lot of different audiences. YouTube didn't tell us this. They've basically told us either mark your videos as for adults or as for children, and these are the parameters as for children, or you will get sued by the FTC. In essence, YouTube has lied to us, and if you want to know where my evidence is, I'm going to post several links down in the description box. I am a little bit too ticked off to get into it right now, so that's the short story. Anyway, you may be wondering, okay, since several other middle-of-the-road creators are now leaving YouTube because of this, they're fed up, they're basically at risk of losing their entire livelihood because of this, what am I going to do? Well, the truth is, losing revenue from YouTube doesn't really bother me. It was a struggle to get on the partner program in the first place and stay there. My top earnings from Google AdSense any given year don't top more than $200 per year. That is not per month, that is per year. I am still small enough that I'm earning probably 3 cents. Yes, 3 cents per click. So, yeah, I mean, if I lose that, most of my income right now is coming from Patreon anyway. Like I said, I am still looking for full-time work. Haven't had any luck yet, but here's hoping. That is not what bothers me about the potential of marking my channel as just for kids. What bothers me about that is losing the community interaction. I've spent 4 years trying to build up this platform on YouTube, trying to do something, just something with my life to stay busy while I was trying to either get more education or helping out my family or trying to get full-time work. That's what bothers me most about this. And the prospect of losing my the interaction with my whole community, not being able to live stream with you guys anymore, which is a great connection. Some of you guys are almost like extended family to me. The prospect of losing that, it hurts. The other thing that has me so emotional and so angry is the fact that YouTube has sort of skimmed this over. There was a video put out just today by a lawyer who actually tries to sort of sift through the social media laws and tell people about them and sift through them. I'll leave a link to the video down below. Who received a phone call from somebody who's on YouTube's staff and basically exposed this, that YouTube has essentially been lying to their creators about what COPPA or COPPA consists of, or leaving some things out if they weren't lying, but I would call it a crime of omissions. And the reason they would be doing this is because changing what they have already put in place would be apparently very, very expensive, but doing things this way, basically pushing family-friendly content to the curb and excluding them from the community as a whole, results in more profit for them. So this is corporate greed at work, folks, and I can't say I'm happy about it. I am extremely, extremely ticked off. Couple the fact that we were essentially lied to and the prospect of losing connection to my community, yeah, that makes me very ticked off. There is a petition to the FTC about this, although to some extent I do not believe the FTC is to blame entirely for this. So you're probably wondering all this, okay, you're pretty mad. Are you going to be leaving YouTube? The short answer is no, at least for now. The reason for that being is I feel like I'm called to be a light in a dark place. I am a Christian. My number one obligation is to do what the Lord wants and not what people want. And I honestly feel like this is part of my calling, to be something of a positive light in a very, very dark place, meaning the internet. This does not necessarily mean I have to stay on YouTube, but that's where the majority of my audience is, and that is where the most people I can reach is. I have an audience. I have a chance to connect with people, to help them, even if it's just help brighten their day a little bit better. Anything I can do to help people through this medium, I want to keep doing. So, at this point, I do not have any plans to leave YouTube. Yes, I'm ticked off at them, but I don't have any plans to leave. At this point, my approach is going to be, I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of making money off of my videos. So I'm not going to be monetizing anything from this point forward. I'm doing most of the reactions anyway, so that's pretty much a non-issue. I do want to keep uploading at least until the end of the year. We've still got about a month and a week for things to change. I'm hopeful. But just in case they don't, and if YouTube decides to go after me or get rid of the people that I enjoy watching on YouTube, the other family-friendly little guys, the people with like 100,000 subscribers or less, or much, much less than that, they decide to go after them and cancel them because of their mislabeling and their willful disobeying of the FTC regulations, then I'll leave. But that remains to be seen. This next month is going to be sort of walking on eggshells. But at this point, at least, I don't have any plans to leave. Even if I have to label my channel, I'm forced into labeling my channel as for kids only. I'll do that. If I can keep some port in the storm, if you will, for family-friendly content on YouTube because so many people are being driven off of it, then I want to do that. But like I said, the future at this point is rather uncertain. Long-term plans, if the worst comes to the worst, I will leave YouTube. I already have a channel on Vimeo. I have not done anything with it. It's more aimed towards small-time filmmakers, but there are a few vloggers that use the service, so that is my backup plan. If YouTube collapses in on itself, then I'm going to go to Vimeo. I will keep you guys updated on what's going to happen with the channel as a whole. But yeah, I'm pretty ticked off, but I'm not going anywhere, at least not yet. We're just going to have to see how this plays out. I left a link in the description box for a petition on change.org for the FTC to sort of... Anyway, it's a petition for things to change and allow family-friendly YouTubers to do what they're doing without losing their livelihood, in essence. So, and there's also a link to official, there's several links down below. Go ahead, check out the laws for yourself. Make a comment on the FTC's website. I tried earlier, it didn't go through. I don't know how reliable it's going to be, but make your voice heard. Let YouTube know that we're not going to stand for this. That excluding people, basically punishing creators, most of whom did nothing wrong, for their ignoring a federal law, we're not going to stand for that, and I think we need to let them know. So, I didn't mean for this to be confrontational or angry, but I am pretty ticked off. Anyway, we'll get back to your regularly scheduled Star Wars family-friendly content soon. But until then, God bless, may the Force be with you, and let's all hope and pray that these changes do not go through and that we get a reprieve. Anyway, bye.